What is it for? Youth Speak Collective. Guess who's going to be there? Well, I'm one of the MCs that day. But later that night, you are going to be absolutely delighted with performances from the Paris Escovedo Project. You know the Escovedo family, the Sheila E. and Pete Escovedo and his dad, Coke Escovedo. Well, Paris has an amazing band. They're coming together and they're going to be performing that night. Plus, there's going to be lots of other fun going on that day. And here to talk with us about it, Melissa and David. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Josefa. How are you?
Absolutely fabulous. I can't wait to get out there that day. It's going to be so much fun. Plus, my good friend Paris is performing. Have you ever seen him perform?
I haven't, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'm telling you, people will be up out of their chairs dancing on tabletops.
Nice.
Awesome.
It's going to be
a celebration.
We're it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's talk about what we're celebrating that night and why we are even having this celebration.
So we're celebrating 5 years of youth-led action, of the founding of Youth Speak Collective. We're a nonprofit organization based out in the Northeast San Fernando Valley, out in Pacoima. And we're just celebrating being able to be around for 5 years, make it through the economy, and really running successful youth-driven programming for high school and middle school kids.
Yeah, and David, our executive director, actually started the organization 5 years ago with a handful of high school students from San Fernando. So it was just a group of students who really wanted to make a change, a difference in their community because of the gang violence, the drugs, low-income households, and really wanting to make a difference. So 5 years later, it's perfect for us to celebrate all of our successes.
So let's talk about the kinds of things you do and where you do them at.
Right now, we're serving about 500 youth a day. We run programs at the high school sites, at parks, at community centers, wherever the youth really want to go after school and feel safe. And then we have different types of programs. What really makes them all unique is that they're designed by the youth. So it isn't a top-down approach where we're telling the students, this is what you need to do. You know, we're asking them. We're asking them, what needs do you have in the community? How can I help you graduate high school, stay out of trouble, and go on to college? So whatever will meet those needs, we try and make happen. So we have mural programs, film programs, academic support and tutoring, college prep courses, community garden, futbolito, a soccer league. So they're pretty innovative programs, and what makes them unique is that they're all designed by the youth and run by the community.
So let's talk a little bit about what the kids are saying, because this report recently came out about the lack of jobs for especially minority youth between 16 and 19. It's startling. Right. I think it was 47% for African-American youth, 36 or something for Hispanic youth. That's just so disturbing.
Right.
That means most of our kids can't get a job.
Yep.
So what are the kids saying are the things that they need to be able to graduate from high school, the things that they're looking for to help them?
Right. Well, you know, in Pacoima, unfortunately, the dropout rate is about 52% right now. So that means that 1 out of 2 of our kids are dropping out of high school. And what they have told us is that they need a mentor, some adult that they can look up to, you know, with good morals and, you know, keep them on track. So sometimes their parents may not be at home because they're working. So they really need that role model in their life to tell them, hey, you can do it. You know, there's something at the end of the tunnel for you. Graduate high school, go on to get a job. So it's really having that positive figure in their life to you know, keep them on the right path.
Yeah. And it really is a need. I mean, these kids, they need a job, you know, whether it's in high school or whether it's right out of high school. They need a job, but I guess we feel like they need to be connected to the community. We want them to become community leaders because we view the youth as they're the future. So if they aren't going to college or going into a career and graduating high school first, then we're in trouble. So really what I think the biggest issue that we're dealing with, and it's a really kind of fluffy issue, I call it, but people just don't care. So the kids are looking to adults to care about them. And so all of our staff are from the community. They all went to these high schools that we're serving. So they're able to be those mentors, like Melissa mentioned, to the youth.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was at an event recently, and I'm certainly not calling anyone out, but if you know who I'm talking about, then shame on you. And we lost like 20 kids.
Oh, wow.
Well, we didn't lose them.
Yeah.
Their parents lost them.
Right.
And they were brought to me up on stage. And what was so amazing to me were, like, some of the kids were 3 years old.
Wow, that's
4 years
young.
old. No parents, like, I'm sorry, if it was me and my child was lost, I would have been at that stage with whoever had a microphone and said, you need to start screaming his name for me or give me the microphone. I will scream their name until I find my child.
Right.
Everything has to stop until I find my child. One parent, I had the child for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
3 years old, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have a problem with that.
Yeah. And, you know, we have kids that come into our office, again, where their parents are working 15 hours a day, and they come into our office and ask, what's a checking account? How do I balance a checkbook? Where can I keep my money? Where can I look for a job? So it's these basic questions that, their parents may not be able to answer. So Youth Speak Collective provides those type of programs. One of the programs we have is a career internship program. So high school students ages 14 to 18 years old get placed with an agency, whether it's a bank, a hospital, a humane society, a library, and it's the first time that they're getting hands-on experience on a job or having responsibilities, and having, again, these positive role models tell them this is a career path and you can do this. Just stay in school, stick with your after-school programs, stay away from all the negative influences in your life, and you can do something with your future.
So the way you can support all of this, Saturday, September 24th, next Saturday, come on out and join us for this amazing event. It's a dinner, dancing. The Paris Escovedo Project will be there, and I'm telling you, you'll be dancing out of your seat when they start performing, because it is so amazing. I'm going to be there. I'm one of the MCs that night, along with Mario Solis Marich. He will be there as well, helping out MCing for the evening. There's going to be a silent auction.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That's one of my weaknesses.
I know.
Silent auction. I love silent auctions.
Hopefully a lot of people's weaknesses.
I'm one of the people, and I just recently heard about a silent auction where they're going to have everything on an iPod Touch.
Ooh.
And you're going to bid via the touch. And I'm like, hey, that's half the fun is like hawking your item and watching to see if anybody else is bidding, and then going over to see what they bid, and all that stuff. But I mean, any way you do it, silent auctions are so much fun. And the cool part is once you buy something, the money's going to something great.
Definitely.
And you get something that you really want to take home with you. So where do people go for more information?
People can visit our website, www.youthspeakcollective.org.
And if you want to purchase tickets, it's Youth Speak Gala 2011 at eventbrite.com. Or I'm sure if you go to youthspeakcollective.org, all of the information will be there as well.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Any closing comments?
All of the proceeds from our event will go to our youth-driven programs. All of our programs are absolutely free for the youth in Pacoima and the Northeast San Fernando Valley, so they don't pay a single penny. So any of the proceeds from that night will go directly to our youth programs.
Very good. Well, I look forward to being out there.
Yeah, and we really appreciate you, Josefa, coming out and joining us, because it's going to be a celebration. That's why we have the Paris Escovedo Project there, and a lot of other supporters, from arts folks to education leaders to elected officials to community leaders to the youth themselves. I think it's just going to be really fun. We don't want it to be your normal sit-down gala. We want it to be a celebration of everything that we've done in the last 5 years.
Well, it'll be great. And when they asked me to do this, I immediately went to Paris and I was like, hey, hermano, you got to come do this. This is going to be so much fun. And we're going to have so much fun together that night. He was like, definitely, because that's the kind of family that they are.
Yeah.
Whatever they can do to help anywhere. All the Escovedos have always been so gracious with all of our communities.
They're amazing,
And so I'm so excited to have him out there.
Nice.
And I can't wait to be a part of it. Again, it's youthspeakcollective.org for all the information about the gala celebration happening next Saturday, the 24th at 7 p.m. Dinner, dancing, silent auction, interactive stations, myself, the Paris Escovedo Project, and a whole lot more. Come on out and join us and have a good time. And I'll look forward to seeing you both there.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Likewise.
See everyone there.
Moving along with the pulse of the community. How about a little celebrity chef cooking and wine tasting? Now, all that sounds fun just by itself, but imagine coming to that and being able to help raise money for at-risk children and communities. It's the second annual Celebrity Chef and Wine Tasting event. It's going to be held on September 22nd from 6 to 10 p.m. And here to talk with us about it, I guess we just have to go straight to the horse's mouth. Don Morgan, he's a Chief Development Officer at the Children's Bureau. You've been there for a little while. Tell me all about this incredible event. It's going to be held at your new state-of-the-art Magnolia Place Family Center, which is just west of downtown Los Angeles on Magnolia Avenue. But let's talk all about this great event.
Well, you've laid it out perfectly. Thank you. Thank you for teeing it up for us. It's the second annual. So last year we hosted our first round of. Basically, we have a board member who runs Dine Equity, which is the organization that runs Applebee's and IHOP, and Julia Stewart attended. Emeril Lagasse's big event in Las Vegas a couple of years ago, and it raises about $1 million, and it's a huge celebrity chef event. And Julia, being pretty innovative and also pretty competitive, decided that she wanted to come back and outdo Emeril. So she really helped us last year, calling in a bunch of favors and bringing in some amazing chefs, and we hosted it down at LA Live at the Target Terrace and had an amazing first pass. The chefs all had a great time and actually told us that night we'll all be back next year, and so we knew we had the opportunity to really build on a fun event. And this year we've decided to host it at our Magnolia Place facility, as you mentioned, which is an incredible site on its own, and of course our goals are twofold. One, for people to come and eat amazing food and drink great wine and have a great time, but secondly, to see this incredible space and really hopefully pique their curiosity a little bit in the work that we're doing here in Southern California.
Now let's talk about how this works.
Sure.
So if someone's never been to a wine tasting and,
Right.
and culinary experience, how does it work? How do I get tickets, and what happens when I walk in the door?
Well, I will start with this. I plan these events for a living, and my wife has to drag me to another benefit event because the last thing I want to do is sit down at another benefit and have slimy chicken and crunchy peas, So
there you go.
So for me, this is one of the few that I genuinely love attending because it's a very different setup than your usual benefit dinner. So people come in, all of our chefs are located throughout the facility in stations, and they literally, you'll have some of America's most amazing chefs literally sitting there handing out food almost tapas style. So you can go from chef to chef and have the chance to talk to them. They'll each be serving one or two sample dishes, and usually last year people definitely had some favorites, and so they went back one or two times. But so you have a chance to talk to the chef, sample all the food. There'll also be two amazing dessert chefs, pastry chefs there, and then sprinkled between all of the chefs and their stations will be all of these amazing wines, including some world-famous wines like Gaia and Dierberg, and we have an incredible Chateauneuf de Pape that's coming, and we've been so fortunate to have these incredible wines, so we'll pair them as well as possible, and people literally can just wander the event and sample incredible food and incredible wine throughout.
And now tickets are available at allforkids.org.
Right. Our website, www.all4kids.org, allforkids.org, is definitely the easiest way to do it. You can also call us at 213-342-0144, 342-0144. And we're happy to help in any way possible get people here.
Very good. Now tell me a little bit about your organization so they know what they're supporting.
Yeah, the Children's Bureau is a 107-year-old agency, and we've worked always in Southern California with the both treatment and prevention of child abuse and neglect. And so obviously we've been around for a few years here in town, but it's really an exciting group because we've been willing to shift along the way pretty dramatically based on what we feel the cutting edge of best serving children and families looks like. So, during World War II, we got involved with serving war refugees and war orphans, and as women started entering the workforce, we got involved with child care, and really over the last 20 years or so, we've really wanted to look at the prevention of child abuse and neglect before it occurs, knowing that there's such a significant impact that you can have on children's lives if you can spare them from harm before that happens. And so our programs throughout Southern California focus quite a bit on prevention. We also work in adoption and foster care and mental health services for those who have experienced abuse and neglect. And so that complements our work on both sides.
Very nice. Well, again, the event is September 22nd from 6 to 10 p.m. It's happening at the Magnolia Place Family Center, which is located just west of downtown. It's 1910 Magnolia Avenue. And the evening is going to have gourmet creations from top chefs, so just come and eat to your heart's content. International wines, a silent auction. I have to tell you, that's one of my weaknesses. I love silent auctions.
Well, and we've partnered with BidPal this year, which is this incredible new silent auction tool that will be, everyone who walks into our facility will be handed an iPod Touch with all of the auction items listed, and people can actually bid throughout the evening without having to, elbow around the person who's guarding the bid sheet because they want to win the item. So it's a lot of fun. We just sampled this whole thing here at our site, and it's going to be kind of the talk of the event, I suspect, because people are going to be having a lot of fun bidding with these crazy devices.
Now, see, you just took all the fun out of it for me. I'm one of those people.
blocking the bid
No,
sheet,
no,
right?
I don't block, but I do know how to hover. And that was one of my things I was famous for, was getting there right at the last second before they pulled the sheet and putting down my last bid and winning the item that I wanted.
There you go. Well, you're going to have to, hone your skills for new
Yes,
technology.
I am for the iTouch. Yes, I am.
We also, I should mention, we have a 1962 Chevy Nova Super Sport, fully restored, that's been donated to the event by one of our board members, and we'll have an opportunity drawing both for those who are in attendance as well as those who may not be able to attend but who wish to enter an opportunity drawing to win this incredible, very cool car. So that's another little piece that's available through the event. And again, there's information at our website, www.allforkids.org.
And I will make sure that web link is up on my page at hot923.com. Keyword Josefa. And, of course, we'll run a nice little announcement for you that'll run throughout the year, because after this event is over, really the important thing is that this continues. The services are there. The Bureau is not going away. The Children's Bureau is going to be there. You're going to be having these services that are going to continue. They've been going on for 107 years. They'll probably go on for 107 more years. You've got school readiness, parenting classes, family resource centers, support groups, mental health counseling, foster care, adoption, and a whole lot more. Again, it's allforkids.org, and that's the number 4, kids.org. If you want more information on the event, you want to come out, or maybe you just want to get yourself in on that drawing for that Super Sport. I wouldn't mind having that 62 Chevy Nova.
It's a head turner.
Oh, man, that would be great. I might have to put in something on that one, too.
Good. Yeah, you're so right about the rest of the year. I mean, the importance of this event, of course, is for people to have fun and to raise some money, but it's also really to get people connected to what we're doing. And sadly, as we all know, the need is larger than it's ever been for families, and so we're really working on the most innovative ways we can to serve families, including really leading a community initiative where we have 70 other partners. We've partnered with other nonprofits, public agencies, for-profit corporations within a 500-block area around our facility to collectively raise the entire community's achievement level for 35,000 children and their families, and we're doing that through health and nutrition, education, parenting, and economic stability. So it's a model that's being looked at by organizations all across the country. It's right here in everyone's backyard in Los Angeles. And so it's a neat opportunity for people to come see a very innovative program that we think is really the way local problems have to be solved, given all of the constraints we have in our society today.
Well done. Thank you so much again for being a part of the show this morning. Children's Bureau, been around for a long time, 107 years strong, providing help to LA communities. Why don't we help them out by coming out, eating some great food, having some great wine, trying to beat me now on the iPad, on the touch for bidding. I'm going to have to get there early just to practice. But it's going to be a fun night. It's all happening September 22nd, and all the information will be up on my webpage, hot923.com. Keyword Josefa. Don, I can't wait to see you out at the event.
See you then.
Time for me to get out of here. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful Sunday afternoon. I'm Josefa Salinas. Until we get together again, stay strong, stay focused, and most of all, stay informed. I'll see you next Sunday on the Community Review, Hot 92.3. Have a terrific day. Get out in your yard and plant something. Do something with your family, and most of all, take great care of yourself.